my gosh. Excuse me.
No, cross it now, mate, no! Interpreters.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sit.
Really, no.
I can sit. I can. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, but I can't if
No?
I sit.
Yes? It is, we know, those of us who know Glastonbury know that it is a great privilege for His Holiness to be here today. And we also know that this is a typical Glastonbury day, but we love it nevertheless. The rain, Your Holiness, is something we have. So it's a great pleasure and a privilege to welcome His Holiness here to Glastonbury, as I say, on this very special day. He's chosen to be with all of us, with all of you, today to celebrate his birthday, his 80th year.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Woo! 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 Woo!
Long
Now,
live the Dalai Lama.
it has been an astonishing life by any account. His Holiness was forced to leave Tibet as a refugee in 1959, but has been blessed to find a home from home in the foothills of the Himalayas. He is the spiritual leader of the Tibetan people and a figure who is admired and loved the world over. The Dalai Lama has been garlanded and honored on countless occasions, not least with the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989. So please welcome His Holiness, who is first going to speak to us about strength through compassion. Your Holiness.
Brothers and sisters, as you enjoy this festival, I noticed when I coming in car, you see the people. I think old and young. I think everybody. This seems I think full of joy. So naturally, other people really showing joyfulness. And I also another human being. Also feel some kind of real sort of happy and joyful. So, some my friend, she asked me to come as a great festival of people, not necessarily festival of government or politicians. So, I always believe and also telling people the very purpose of our life is happy life. The reason, quite simple. Future from tomorrow, what kind of situation come, nobody knows. But we keep hope. So hope It's the basis of our life. Once you see, some individual lost hope. That very sort of mental attitude shortened their life. So we can say, purpose of our life is a happy life. So we, 7 billion human beings, everyone have a right to achieve happy life. So, while you here enjoy, or how to say the joyfulness, here, you should remember on this same planet, some part of this planet, human being killing by human being. I think really terrible.
Yeah.
So we must make effort to create or to promote a sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings.
Yeah.
Actually, we all
Oh.
human brothers, sisters.
Oh.
Now here, you see, emotionally, mentally, physically, we are same. We all have a right to achieve happy life. From birth, we all have that right. Now today's world, unlike ancient time, like English people, you see, remain on this small island, like that, and then you try to reach different places. So British imperialist. Now today, so you see each, then more or less, you see the self-sufficient. Now today's world, not like that. East, their future depend on the West. Western future depend on East. Similarly, South, North, heavily interdependent. That's today's reality. So firstly, because of that reality, and also global warming, nature disaster increasing now. You see nothing, not much differences, different continents or nations. So we have to talk, we have to think humanity, whole world. That's, I think, today's reality telling us 7 billion human beings live harmoniously, work together with sense of global responsibility. That's now nature telling us. Now, the second, lot of problems which we are facing. You see, due to nature disaster, now there's the beyond our control. But lot of problems which we are facing is actually our own creation. We human beings created. Our violence, we created. Now I think this very moment, some part of the world, like Syria, Iraq, and Nigeria, and some other places, it's a killing, human to human being. Unthinkable. So, and then worst thing, the conflict, killing each other in the name of religious faith. Unthinkable. All major world religious traditions carry a message of love and message of tolerance, message of forgiveness. All major world religious traditions, you see, carrying this message. So all these major world religious traditions is actually basis of our harmony Now that very thing now causing division and killing. So this, I mean nothing wrong with religious belief, but the people who supposed to say follow a particular religion, lack of moral principle, lack of conviction, moral principle.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, lot of man-made problem. When I say man-made, not necessarily exclude female. Some female also creates some problem. So I think we human beings,
Yeah.
many problem, our own creation. Now that because we are so neglect this, so what's the clear or what's the accept entire humanity, entire human being are same human being, or actually brothers and sisters. Now, I always say talking now, for example, here this moment, I'm talking to you. Consider myself as another human being. The secondary level, yes, I'm Buddhist, I'm Asian, I'm Buddhist. Then furthermore, I'm His Holiness. So these are secondary level, not important. Important is we must look on the middle level. We are same human being. I want happy life, you want happy life. Occasionally, my own emotion creates some disturbances in my mind. Similarly, you also. Occasionally, I think while you are sort of what's it, somewhere a festival or something, mentally, so much stress. And maybe occasionally, this is some other person is to come, then a little bit jealousy, also possible, isn't it? So all these, if we seriously thinking oneness of humanity, then no basis to kill. I love my own life. Everyone loves their own life. Everyone has the right to live happily. So once you have firm conviction that, then again I say man made these problems, then certainly will reduce. I think frankly speaking, most of the problem, I think man-made problem, I think actually created by men. Female, scientifically, more sensitive about others' pain. That's now some scientists say. So therefore, I usually say telling, now time come, we must make effort to promote human love, human affection. In that respect, female should take more, more sort of serious effort. That's very, very important. So in any way, I think if we, I think another way, today's the problem, own created problem, killing, bullying, cheating, exploitation. These, you see, we have to think two levels. One short-term, short-term to solve this problem. This, I think, is very difficult. I think, whether you agree or not, is that I feel existing education system modern education system. It seems to me, and many scientists, many educationists also have the same view, existing education system very much oriented about material value, external value. So this problem actually firstly created here anger, hate, then human wonderful intelligence that utilize or become disposal of negative emotion. That's this. I think that is the source of problem. So education oriented about material value, external value, then not adequate. Meantime, when we look seriously about our inner value, all major world tradition carrying, you see, this inner value. But today's world, out of 7 billion human beings, over 1 billion non-believer. So, if we as a carry sort of teaching or education or awareness about inner value on the basis of religious or say the belief, then difficult to reach those 1 billion non-believers. And then also, frankly speaking, if may I say so, among the believers, also there are cases of as a mischievous believer, corrupted believer there. So that is nothing wrong with sort of religion, but the practitioner not very seriously practice, seriously, sincerely, you see, implement their belief. So that also related with sort of basic sort of conviction about inner value. So now that inner value, also the educational awareness about importance of inner value through education. So I think from kindergarten up to university level, it is much better to include some moral education or something. That now, if you see relying on religious belief, then in secular education field, difficult. So here, I have the view, secular, I must make clear, secular in the West, some of my friends, Christians, some is Muslim, you see, they have some reservation, the word of secular. Because they feel secular is some kind of distance from religion. And sometimes you see disrespect about religion. However, according to Indian understanding, secular is respect all religions, no preference of this religion or that religion, then also you see respect non-believer. That's over 3,000 years, that kind of tradition there in India. I think that is very suitable to today's world. So the education about moral principle according secular way, then it can be easily fit in secular education field. What do you think?
Bro.
So actually, with help of some scientists, some educationists, we already working making also the draft for curriculum about, you see, inner value, which entirely based on secular principle, so that can fit in secular education field. So within, I think, next 1 or 2 years, I think, with help of these educationists, some scientists, I think that the text could be available. So the real, the important point is now the long-term solution of man-made problem. We must look in education field, as I mentioned earlier, from kindergarten level up to university level, some education about warm-heartedness or sense of care. Then generation who come to that kind of education could be more warm-hearted generation. Then these man-made problems automatically reduce. Then I think once we sincerely, seriously develop sense of brotherhood, sisterhood, entire 7 billion human being, then military, no use. So through that way, world can be demilitarized world.
Hard.
Then firstly, you see, we can save a lot of money. And then this money is spent today among 7 billion human beings. A huge gap rich to poor. Not only at the national level, non-national, global level, the southerners poor, northerners, you British. I think, generally speaking, northerner have a surplus. Southerner, very difficult. Because of that economic difficulties, the numbers of refugees, very sad. Then recently I was in Australia. This time, as previously, so I sort of expressed my desire to visit the place in the central,
Delaware. Ezra. Uluru.
That's difficult to pronounce. Uluru, okay. So there I met the indigenous, small group of indigenous people. They are children. You see, I think they have no sort of experience. They clean their nose. Every child. And also you see here. So you see, very much so also want to clean their nose. But then the number, I think 15, 20 of them. So then I cannot do that. So then I put in my pocket like that. So human being, you see, because lack of education and lack of wider contact. So these really like wild human being, wild. Unfortunately, I took some help from the Australian government. Then one German, he carrying some program, education. So I promised I will donate some money there. So when I see these people, same human being, but I think completely neglected these people. So this gap, regional poor, is a very, very serious matter. It's not only morally wrong, but practically also source of problem. So, we really need more money. So if the world, you see, demilitarized, then a lot of money can be used to reduce this gap, rich to poor.
Oh.
And nature environment also, I think, much safer, isn't it? Once war start, the destruction of nature, trees, of these things, very serious. So this will not achieve my lifetime. Perhaps you also. I usually make distinction. Generation of 20th century and generation of 21st century. So many of you, this is generation of 20th century. We will not see that. But the younger generation, whose age below 30, 20, 15, you are generation of 21st century. So 21st century now beginning. So if we make attempt now, later part of 21st century could be more peaceful world, happier world, compassionate world. So my generation, the responsibility or duty of my generation is telling to 21st century generation, then work you should do. We now time come, relax. So the generation of 21st century now think seriously. You should not content it. So long, immediately no problem. Should not content that way. Think global sort of the situation. And think 7 billion human beings future. Please. So you sort of the singing, Kasa, happy birthday. So that's the gift for me. Is think seriously how to create happy world, happy 21st century. That's now best gift for me. Okay. So my now person, you see, me now 80 years old. So according to my own experience, now a lot of world problem is essentially, as I mentioned earlier, our own creation. Now that our only hope is education, more holistic education. So that I want to share with you. And then secondly, as a Buddhist monk, another my responsibility, another my commitment is promotion of religious harmony. So you all, particularly those people you see who believe in certain sort of faith, then you see it is our common responsibility to create harmonious religious harmony. It is possible. Look, India, over 3,000 years, almost 3,000 years, different religion there, different philosophy. So, it's harmony. In modern India, look, modern India, some small sort of pockets here, there are some problems. Otherwise, I think 1,000-year-old tradition, religious harmony is still there. So India, very, very sort of, what's it, the big population, huge population. And as a matter of fact, population-wise, is most populated democratic country, and a lot of problem. However, religious harmony, I think, is something, an example of the rest of the world. That I want to share with you. So then I'm as a Tibetan, then as far as the political sort of matter is concerned, since 2011, I totally, so retired. Not only myself retired, but also almost as a 4-century-old tradition. The Dalia institution automatically become head of temple and spirituality. Now that formally, voluntarily, happily, proudly ended. So sometimes I jokingly telling people that this sort of tradition starts from 5th Dalai Lama. I think 17th century. Well, 17th century. So, since he started with this practice, so if he reappear, whether he agree or not, I don't know. But there's no danger to reappear. So I decided. So now you see my only sort of responsibility is the preservation of Tibetan culture, including Tibetan unique writing and language. I think today it seems now clear. That's the language which can explain the sophisticated Nalanda tradition, including human mind or science of mind. I think today it's quite clear that Tibetan language is the best language to explain precisely. So it's worthwhile to preserve. And now today, China, among Chinese, over 400 million Buddhists. So many of these Chinese Buddhists really showing interest or eagerness to learn from Tibetan Buddhist tradition. And then Buddhist culture or Tibetan culture, usually I discuss culture of peace, culture of non-violence, ultimately culture of compassion. That kind of culture is really, I think, worthwhile to preserve. So, my third commitment is like that. So, thank you. Now enjoy.
Can you hear me, everyone? Yeah. We'll use this one. We'll use this one. We'll take this away as it sits away. Are you going to sit down? No. You're going to stand up or sit down? All right, we'll all stand. Okay. Now it's your birthday. Today, we all deserve a birthday present. You've had an amazing life. You're 80 years old. Give us one secret for this next generation of the young. What is it that Buddhism, being a Tibetan, being who you are, what is that secret which allows you to have this great sense of humor that you have this optimism about the world in a very difficult world? Tell us, share that secret with us.
I think human nature, life, some difficult life, there is possible, and two things possibility. One, lost hope, and then demoralized. One, you see, keep inner strength. And then utilize also common sense and look things more realistically. Then, you see, not causing much worry. There is one Buddhist master, 8th century in India. He mentioned, when you face problem, then when we face problems, difficulties, or tragedy, analyze the situation. If the situation can be overcome, then no need worry, make effort. If the situation is no way to overcome, then no use too much worry. I think very practical, isn't it? I practice that. So you see, I think difficult life really helpful. You see, to utilize human intelligence as a wider perspective, and then that help in a stand. Then my another secret is every night about 9 hours sleep. Of course, morning two to 3. Right? For example, this morning 2:30, I wake up. Usually, you see 3. I always wake up.
What time do you wake up, you guys? 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's
You
good.
wake up at 3.
Yes,
You start your meditation.
yes, meditation.
How many hours do you do it for?
5 hours.
Wow.
So,
Is there a shortcut? Could we get some benefits? How long do you have to do meditation and mindfulness in order
you
to?
see, my practice of meditation, mainly analytical meditation, analyze myself, is it analyze world, is it this, then of course the infinite altruism, and then also one unique is the Buddhist, also the Sanskrit tradition, that is as a interdependency. The conclusion, nothing objectively exists. So that now quantum physics also same views there. As far as matter is concerned, of course, the scientists now so far not much pay attention about mind or consciousness. But as far as the matter is concerned, now quantum physics is very similar. That of important Buddhist view, nothing independently exists like that. So these things, you see, analyze. In order to, I think here, I may use the word of jihad. You know, the real meaning of jihad, not you see harming other, but you see internal emotion, destructive emotion, combat by constructive emotion. That is the meaning of jihad. So I daily, you see, in my sort of 5 hours of meditation, this kind of jihad, always, you see, altruism and self-centered attitude, combat. Feeling or grasping things objectively, independently exist. That's the basis of what's the exaggeration. That is the basis of anger, hatred, or extreme sort of attachment. That also one scientist, one American is a scientist, now at his age 96, years sort of his sort of experience dealing with people who mentally some sort of problem, mainly anger. So you see, he told me, when we develop anger, the object which we feel angry, that object appears very negative. But actually, 90% of that negativeness is mental projection. That you see based on exaggeration. That based on grasping something independent existence, objectively existence. So these things quite interesting. So my daily sort of practice like that. And then single pointed meditation, although I try, but very difficult. So my mind always goes here. And then some recitation, of course, some prayer like that. So that's my secret. And then you all, I think main reason I always emphasize we are same. That's because you see, since we are same, so my some experience also can be used by you. If I am something special person, then my experience may not be useful to you. So it is very, very important. You see, this is some people used to call God King nonsense. And then you see, God King with some problem, knees. And also, you know, you see, my body, you see, looks very healthy. Yes, of course, healthy. But my gallbladder, since I think more than 10, 15 years ago, already removed. So my body not complete. So some important organ already missing, like that, isn't it? So you see, we are same human being. We all have same potential of negative, potential of positive. So use the potential of the positive enhance. Then the negative emotion which disturbs our peace of mind, eventually ruined our health. So that can reduce.
Yo.
Not talking about next life, heaven or hell. As far as Buddhist is concerned, not talking about nirvana. Simply how to be a healthy mind, healthy body person. So training of mind is very, very useful. So please pay more attention about our inner value and the system of our emotion, system of our mind. That's quite important. Okay.
Now I want to ask you that you talked about we live in a world, you were just talking yourself now about human nature and about your belief in human nature, but at the same time the terrible things we do. And then you spoke about women and the role of women. Do you think if we had more girl in us, men, that life would be better?
Number, I think better equal. So you can have good couple. That's much better. And produce, you see, nice children. If too much male, well, and not many female, then I don't know. I think then more monk, okay.
The question here, it says, there are many, many questions which I'm going to give to His Holiness later on, but hundreds, literally hundreds. This says, if you could have a day not being the Dalai Lama, what would you like to do?
Actually, see, my home sort of village, farmer. So sometimes I feel, if I not choose as a Dalai Lama, then on farmer, then I like missions. So maybe tractor.
You talk a bit about the secular world, and of course with Buddhism we think, you're somehow between the religious world and the secular world. Do you believe that it's human nature that's important? Because of course beliefs in God have also taken us to war, they take us to terrible places. Do you have more faith in human nature and the people in this crowd than you do necessarily in religious beliefs and faiths? What should we be believing in?
From the Buddhist viewpoint, of course, firstly, there are two categories among the world religions. Theistic religion, non-theistic religion. non-theistic religion, one ancient Indian tradition, that is Sangha philosophy. Within Sangha, two groups. One believe creator, one do not believe creator. No concept of creator. Then Jain philosophy, also you see no concept of creator. Then Buddhism, no concept of creator. So then Buddha stated ourselves as a master for oneself. So Buddha clearly sort of mentioned suffering cannot be removed by Buddha's hand. The cause of suffering cannot wash away by Buddha. And Buddha cannot sort of exchange his own inner experiences to his follower. The only thing is, each of us must utilize our common sense and our intelligence and think long-term interest for oneself, for others. Then, conclusion is, we are a social animal. The society, or now today, humanity is basis of our own happy future. Therefore, you see, out of sort of sense of concern of yourself, you have to take serious concern of well-being of others. Obviously, friend, we are social animal. Therefore, friendship is key factor to create happy family. So friendship entirely based on trust. Trust based on sense of concern of others' well-being, respect others. Then trust comes. Too much self-centered attitude will, I think, very harmful. Develop trust from others. Then, without trust, how can develop genuine friendship? Without a friend, how can be one social animal a happy one? These are obviously, if we analyze, then we can see. Not talking about next life, not talking about God. Just simply, how to create happy humanity. In order to create happy humanity, first, from individual should be happy person, then happy family, then happy community. One happy family, then happy family, 100 happy family, then 1,000, that's a community. So happy community built from one individual. Then you see, you individual should not think, oh, humanity, so big, I'm just an individual, so I cannot do much. Should not think that way. You see, individual, this sort of effort must start from individual level. Okay, isn't it? Yeah. So we can make one individual. Now perhaps you see here, I think there are several thousand people here. Each of you see, share with your friend. Then I think 1,000 easily, because of the increase, 10,000. 10,000, 100,000. 100,000 a day, then millions or billions. That's the way. You see, these things, we cannot expect, you see, something happen from United Nations or because of your government. So these things, we individual human beings, we have to start, we have to work. Okay, yes.
So we haven't long left, but I want to ask you a question. And many of the people here, one of the things that makes them happy is music.
Oh.
Music makes them happy. What does music make you happy? Your Holiness, does it make you happy?
Much. Now, recently in Delhi University, you see, was some sort of seminar with scientists. So one scientist mentioned music automatically bring, you see, inner peace, something like that. And then I think, with respect, I challenge a little bit. So if music really bring inner peace, then this Syria and Iraq, some sort of killing each other, they are through loudspeaker, some strong music start. Can they reduce their anger? I don't think. I don't think.
Try.
I don't know. So now here I want to share with you consciousness or mind. I don't know exact sort of that word. The English word is in this case.